Hello everybody, welcome back to the LMC channel. I'm your host Liam, and Sonic the Hedgehog. There sure are a lot of fan games starring the Blue Blur. I mean, have you ever looked up Sonic the Hedgehog fan games on Google? If you do, you'll go down an endless rabbit hole of fan projects, mods, and hacks created by a large community of people who enjoy the Sonic the Hedgehog games. There are many kinds of Sonic ROM hacks out there. The mini Sonic 1 mods with a different character, the fan games built from the ground up such as Sonic Roboblast 2, Sonic Before the Sequel, and Sonic Triple Trouble 16, and projects that fix several official Sonic games such as Sonic PO6. After playing all of these fan hacks and mods, there is one in particular that stands out from all the rest, and that game has to be Released in 2015 for the annual Sonic Hacking Contest, the game was directed by a Sonic fan that goes under the name Markey Jester. His other Sonic ROM hacks include Sonic 1 Brother Trouble, a game starring Sonic's long-lost brother from that awful Sonic Underground TV show, Paranoid Hedgehog, a game starring a purple hedgehog who very much resembles Sonic. This makes me wonder if he ever copyrighted these characters. Unfortunately, he hasn't released any ROM hacks since 2018. Originally, this game was supposed to be a port of Sega's puzzle game Choo Choo Rocket for the Sega Genesis. The hack wasn't going to be ready in time for the contest, so with only 4 months left till the contest, he got to work on this masterpiece of a game. This game runs off the same engine that Sonic 1 was running on, and my goodness gracious. When I played this game for the first time, I had no idea this was running off hardware from 1989. I mean, the opening for this game is completely different than all of the other classic Sonic games out there. Most of his games would have Sonic in that little emblem wagging his finger, but Sonic the Next Level, he's already got a head start. The song that plays in the background is different from anything out of the Sonic franchise. You'll soon quickly find out that Markey Jester and his wonderfully talented team are going in a completely different tone for this game, but more on that later. So, without further ado, let's start up the game. We arrive at Gust Planet Zone Act 1. Sonic comes to a screeching halt as the stage starts. Sonic doesn't have any new moves in this game, but he retains the Spin Dash from Sonic 2 and the Super Peel Out move from Sonic CD. However, there's one thing you'll notice while controlling Sonic. He has extra frames of animation, so when he moves, it's more pleasant to look at. This is actually something we would see in Sonic Mania, which didn't come out for another 2 years. So it's quite impressive that this is on official Genesis hardware. So each act in the game has a special main gimmick in that particular level. The first act has these anti-gravity buttons that make Sonic go slower, but also allows him to jump higher. I barely use this gimmick when I'm playing the game, since the path I take whenever I replay this game only allows me to use this move once. Let me just take a second to talk about the enemies in this game. They're all very unique to this game and all have different attributes to them. The frog robot hops around, the orb robot throws his rings at you, and the caterpillar robot sticks to the walls. Again, they're all very unique to this game, and they actually look straight out of an official Sonic game. The elemental shields from Sonic 3 don't make an appearance in this game. All of the power-ups come straight out of Sonic 1. Markey Jester did state the whole premise for this game is based off of the idea that Sonic 1 had a secret level inside the game's code, similar to what you would hear in a playground rumor. Gust Planet Act 2 takes place in a factory and has these hovercraft-like objects that allow Sonic to clear large gaps with them. This level is the shortest out of the 3. Gust Planet Act 3 takes place in a futuristic city with multiple tubes you can pass through. This gimmick is the least interesting to me since the Game Gear Sonic titles use these tubes a lot. You also go down into the sewers, but do you really want to stay in the bottom section of the level when you can look around at the gorgeous city in the background? Once you've finished Act 3, you'll be greeted with the boss in this game. You'll teleport into this weird dimension where Sonic fights this giant bug-looking robot. He'll throw his arms at you, copy himself, and hide in the corner of the screen. At first, it was a little tricky to beat him since I didn't know where he was going to appear. But once you get his pattern down, he's not so hard at all. Hit him 16 times and this happens.
There you go, see? So glitched out. See, I'm pressing the C button, you can see something changing there in the word, illegal, line. That's all you can do, and then it stops. It just...
You just can't beat the game. Since this game was rushed out, Markey Jester probably had no idea how to end the game. The game just crashes. Honestly, if I had any programming knowledge and I was tasked with making this a full game, I would have the story center around Dr. Robotnik and probably have him trying to build his death egg with Sonic hopping from planet to grab, I don't know, the Chaos Emeralds. And he would fly around with his little spaceship from that one obscure Sonic arcade game. It could work, and you could have so many different ideas for planets. Hell, Sonic could even go to Planet Wisp if he wanted to in this game. Anyways, it's now time to get into the best part of this game, the background. It's so colorful and pretty to look at, having this vaporwave-like feeling to it, something that I adore. The game's soundtrack is a banger, and they're all based off live hip-hop music. And it's impressive that the Sega Genesis music chip can handle all of this. I can't play you the original songs since they're all copyrighted. Only 2 of these songs originate from an official Sonic game. The music that plays when you collect the speed shoes is actually from the game Sonic Labyrinth, of all places, and the song that plays in Gus Planet Act 2 is from a scrapped zone in Sonic CD. The level was going to be known as Dubious Depths, and was supposed to be the second zone in the game, but it was scrapped before the game's release. There's also another rendition of Act 3 song, probably for the credits. The final piece of information I have for you guys on this game is that it appeared in the 2020 Netflix documentary High Score. My only guess as to how it got there was someone at Netflix thought it was an officially licensed Sonic game. I also wanted to talk about how I know this video was quick, but I just wanted to get something out there. I know there was an official Sonic game that came out recently as an April Fool's joke, known as The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. I struggled to either talk about this fan game or the officially released Sonic game, but in the end I decided to talk about this game, since I thought it'd be a lot more fun to work on. I'll probably talk about this game in the future, but for right now, I want to take a break from talking about Sega and Sonic. If Sega does announce something big in the upcoming months, then I'll definitely give my thoughts on the product in another unscripted video, kind of like my reaction to when Sega announced the Genesis Mini 2. Finally, sorry for going silent for about a month. My life is pretty busy and I do have a life outside of YouTube, though it doesn't seem like anybody really cares that I didn't post anything for a month. If I ever do take another long hiatus, don't start making rumors that I'm dead. I'll probably just be working on something in the background, so just be patient, okay? Anyways, my name is Liam, and I'm going to do that thing that every other YouTuber tells you to do. I'll see you guys next time. And thank you so much for Markey Jester and the wonderful people who worked on this ROM hack. You guys are amazing.